Good morning, everybody. I am so glad you're here. Glad you made it. Well, what's today? Thursday? Happy Thursday. Today, we are talking about suppressed rage. We're talking about all the things that make you feel crazy when it comes to having a narcissist in your life. So, if you read the copy, you'll probably see yourself in one of those. We suppress rage for a lot of different reasons. We suppress it because we're not safe. We suppress it because we think it makes us a better person. We suppress it because we don't want to be like the person who has traumatized us or hurt us in the past. Some families were told that to get angry was a sin, and they believed it, and that got passed down generation to generation. Many families never fought in their family and they just suppressed their rage. So maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's a pattern of dealing with relationships. Um, Maybe you're just tired of being angry all the time and tired of taking it out on everyone. So, if you're in a relationship with someone who is more focused on themselves than they are on the relationship or the growth of the relationship, what can happen is you end up feeling very angry a lot. Now, it's totally justifiable. Don't worry about that. You have every right to be as angry as you are for as long as you want to be. But the problem with it is that your anger doesn't change anything. What it does is it causes you to miss out on the things that matter most to you in life. It causes you to miss out on the beautiful moments that, just land in our lap, from a beautiful day to a butterfly, to the sound of the wind in the trees, to laughter of a child, to a bike ride, to feeling connected with something bigger than yourself. When you have all of this suppressed anger, it really causes you to miss out on the things that matter most. Now, you probably already know this. You probably already realize and are frustrated that you're missing out on everything because on your spiritual path or your emotional path or from therapy or all the self-help books that you read that you should be feeling differently, that anger is bad. And if you don't get rid of it now, then it's going to control you, that it's a useless emotion. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. But what I think anger is a symbol. It's a little flag that says you've got some stuff that you need to go through and process, and you're a little overwhelmed. When you get angry, it typically means that it's time to take some time for yourself because there's things that you need to hear within your own head. There's things you might need to go back through and process through and look at and let those go, let the memories go, let the hurts go, bring them up to speed, let's say. So when you get angry, one of the first good steps to look at is not why am I angry? Because I'm sure the answer is very complicated. You don't get angry just because of something small. You get angry because things have built up and built up and built up and built up and built up. And this is, as some people would say, the straw that broke the camel's back. One more time that it happens. It's the thing that drives you over the edge. And then you find yourself on edge all the time, snapping at people you care about, overreacting to things, misunderstanding things, because you're on edge, because you've got a lot of suppressed rage. So, okay, so we know what the problem is, right? You've got a lot of anger at someone who disrespects you, who doesn't really care as much about you as you probably care about them. Someone who deals with their emotions and their hurt and their insecurities and their frustrations in a way that hurts other people, in a way that creates chaos and drama. You're in a relationship with someone who likes to feel in control. And because they like to feel in control, they're going to manipulate the hell out of you so that they can feel like they're a puppet master and you're just the tool for them to toy with. All of these things are true about a narcissist. It's not all that's true about them. Many times narcissists have lots of good qualities, and you see it when they express it with other people, when they treat other people really well. And you don't see it when they express it with you. It doesn't mean that it's either or. It's both and. They're both good people, and they're cruel, unkind, out of control, over the top, melodramatic, angry people. It's just the way that they are. It's just the way that they are. They're much bigger than one or the other. So the problem is now they've brought you into their world. They've manipulated you and pushed you and controlled you. So now you're just as on edge and hyperspastic as they are, except you are not in a position in order to do the same things that they are. Probably because you don't want to be that big of a jerk. You don't want to be that hurtful. You don't want to cause that much pain to someone else because you know exactly what it feels like and you're not going to do it. So here you have all of this suppressed rage and nothing, no way to deal with it. Not really. You can try chanting, you can try meditation, you can try essential oils. And the problem with this is by the time you have this level of suppressed rage, something as subtle as smelling geranium or drinking a cup of chamomile tea is kind of a stopgap. It lets you flip the switch. But if you don't take the time to process through, after you do that, you're going to continue to be angry. You have to give yourself time to process through. So here's kind of the process that is best for you to go through if you want to start letting go of this rage at a narcissist. First of all, recognize when you're triggered. Now, you may be triggered all the time. You may be in constant place of fight or flight, always on edge, always walking on eggshells, always wondering what's going to happen next, always filtering what you're going to say, trying to control what you're thinking, trying to do everything right, and feeling like you're never going to get there. That's normal. So you first of all have to notice that you're in this normal fight or flight place that actually a lot of people are in, including the narcissist. You have to recognize when you're here. After you recognize when you're here, you do need to use one of those amazing, wonderful tools that you have. You know, once you recognize it, yes, use the essential oils, use the chamomile tea, use the gardening, use the energy healing, use all of it. Because what it's doing is it's taking your sympathetic nervous system and flipping it into your parasympathetic nervous system. And the beautiful thing about this, if you do it while you're stressed and traumatized and triggering, the beautiful thing is it finally tells your body it's safe enough to let go. It's safe enough to let that veil come down. It's safe enough to feel what's going on. You aren't in a helpless, out of control place anymore. You're not a little girl. You're not completely dependent upon anyone else because you're an adult. You have resources. But your little girl doesn't know this. Every time there was something stressful, every time there was something with it, all this rage that's coming up, it's telling you that you're ready to deal with it. So you have to give yourself time. So you recognize, feel good to flip the switch, and you give yourself time to reflect on the thoughts and feelings that come up. Digestion will get all gurgly. All those things happen because when you're in fight or flight, your blood vessels are narrow, including on your skin. Your heart has to work harder. You've got all of these stress chemicals in your brain and flowing through your body and stored in your organs. You've got a lot going on when you're triggered. And when you purposely get out of the trigger by doing something that makes you feel good, it allows you to go back to that bookmark, look at that memory and that experience, let go of the emotions that are around it, feel them, experience them like a gazelle that was just chased by a lion, and then integrate it with the rest of you. It's not enough just to go to a gong bath and feel better, although that can help. What needs to happen is consistent helping yourself go from fight or flight to centered and calm very quickly if you can. because that allows you to finally get this stress and this rage and this hurt and this overwhelm off of your system, out of your body. And when that happens, you're not going to get hijacked so quickly. You're not going to get triggered so easily. You're not going to feel compartmentalized, because all of those bookmarks, all of those stress hormones that you felt, they acted as walls, they acted as blocks to different parts of your brain, different parts of your memory. I can't tell you how many veils I've put down and then remembered all sorts of memories, good memories that I had forgotten because I was distracted by how angry or hurt or protective I was. There's a lot of good stuff going on in your life. But if you're rageful, you can't see it. You can't recognize it. You can't feel it. You can't appreciate it. And in actuality, you're kind of wasting your life because you have better things to do than to be angry. But it's not just so simple as telling yourself, well, stop being angry. It's not good to be angry. Anger is a sin. I have to get rid of this anger. It's not as easy as that. You can't talk yourself out of how you feel. You actually have to feel how you feel. Now, I know that's kind of a confusing thing because I remember being told for decades all these platitudes, let go and let God. You have to feel your feelings. You know, these things would make me nuts because I didn't know how to do it. And then I'd say, well, how do you do this? And they'd say, well, there's no manual for this stuff. There's no manual. It would totally make me crazy because they couldn't even point in the right direction. Everybody just had one thing and that was it. And that was all they did. And they didn't even understand why it worked. I'm telling you why it worked. So now you need to find the thing that pretty much makes you feel good. It could be one of the tools I've shared, the TAT points or the havening or the pointy thingy where you turn around 3.5 times. It could be going barefoot and putting your feet in the sand at the beach where no one can bother you. Either way, you have got a lifetime of memories, whether they were with this narcissist or another narcissist. You've got a lifetime of memories that need to be remembered, integrated. You've got all of these compartments in your brain that need to be integrated. Those stress hormones need to be released. You need to feel whole. Now, you can do it through things like spiritual practices and meditation. That's a training yourself how to go into that deep space of thinking. I never liked that stuff because it was too hard. It was too frustrating. It was a lot of work and I had a lot of things to do already and I'd already wasted enough time in my life. I needed things which were quick and easy. So you have to decide the things that make you feel good and you have to do them regularly. Horseback riding, biking, sunbathing, all those self-care things which are considered indulgent, they actually flip your nervous system and help you process through those old emotions. The key is you have to give yourself space every morning. I'll tell you how I deal with my rage because I have a lifetime of it. Every morning I take time and I listen to music that calms my system down so that I can look at all the things I'm angry about that I'm still processing through, I'm still integrating, I'm still trying to be okay with. And it lets them come up in a safe way. And I can look at them and I can feel them and I can think them and I can re-experience them. But I'm safe because the music keeps my nervous system in a calm, centered place. Chamomile tea will do that. Walking will do that. You have to do something that allows your nervous system to feel safe, to stay level and calm. And there's all sorts of great things out there, and I'm sure you've found them already. So I do this every morning because it helps me polish the mirror, as Rumi would say. And every day you feel better and you feel healthier. And now when someone triggers you, you know what to do. And you're kind of on top of it because you've been doing this every day. You know, my body naturally wakes up between 4 and 5 a.m. And instead of forcing myself to go back to sleep because I'm angry that I'm awake, I listen to my music and I let myself be present. And I let myself feel the things that I need to feel because I'm safe to feel them, because I'm listening to something that keeps my nervous system managed and level. You need to find your thing that keeps your nervous system level so that you can process through, so that you can let go of your stress hormones. And so you can integrate all of these compartments that have been working asynchronistically. They haven't been working in sync. They've been working opposite each other. They've been working against each other. We need to get them all working on the same rhythm, all working in the same brainwave. And that's what doing this will do. It'll take you from feeling like you're in the middle of New York City Times Square with everything going on, and it'll take you from that asynchronous, what the hell is this, to, yeah, I get this, I understand this, and I can do this, and it's okay. And wow, look at that really pretty butterfly. So that's what it does. If you want to deal with your rage, you have to deal with it, not just be numb. Numb is one of the symptoms. If you're numb, you're probably rageful and suppressing anger. If you're irritated, if you're tired all the time, you're probably suppressing anger and stress. If you feel sick all the time, you're probably suppressing anger and stress. All of these are just symptoms. And even if they aren't the full explanation, even if there is more that's going on physically that needs to be dealt with, dealing with your stress, the extra added stress hormones on your body, will make it easier for your body to heal itself. As long as you have that burden on it of unresolved experiences that keep getting pushed moment after moment, day after day, either by a narcissist or by your own memories of being treated tragically, you just start letting that down, because it'll kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it'll make it easier for something else to kill you. And you don't want that. And we don't want that. Okay, so there you go. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert. I'm a shiatsu massage therapist. And I help women understand how their body and mind works so they can finally heal from narcissistic abuse. They can finally move forward, whether they stay in the relationship, whether they go, whether they want to start a new relationship, whether they're healing their family relationship. It doesn't matter, because it's all about you learning to love and respect yourself and help your body heal. So visit me at inspiremassage.com, soon to be ritahickmancoaching.com, and find out how I've been helping women for over 14 years get their life back. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.